All right, so today we're going to be doing a Pilates workout. We're covering basics. We're covering really connecting the whole body up together. You will need a chair and some light hand weights for this. So to start, we were just going to go through the practice of getting up and down from a chair. So standing, you want your feet hip width apart. Let me get my socks off, it's cold here. And standing quite close to the chair, you want your feet hip width apart and looking straight ahead. Now as you start to take your hips back and your knees forward, I want you to reach towards the chair if you have that option, so you can feel the evenness of the position, the support of the stomach, and then you lower yourself down and you shift up. And you want this front and back nicely long. Then shift forward again, feel for the chair, and stand up. So there's a straight line you're occupying right now. Now you're starting this hinging process. You're hinging. You want to feel the lengthening of your low back, sitting back, hinging forward. And now from here, how can you, like a line, everything comes up into a straight line. Hinging, lowering back, coming forward, standing up. As you do this, start to focus on your knees, feet, all aligned with the hips. Are your arches lifted so the heels and the balls of the feet are weight bearing? Again, hinging, sitting back, and hinging, and standing up. Very good. Now, sit back down and get the hand weights. And I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. So you will be, again, sitting. I'm getting my little hand weights here. And from this position, check that you're sitting nice and straight and turn the palms forward and feel the shoulders connected into the back. Now, you want to feel this nice lift of the rib cage as you do this. And start bending the arms. Just bring them halfway. So what you don't want is this straining of the shoulders forward. Can you feel the back actually holding your arms? And bring them back. Bring them up. And bring them back. Bring them up. And back. So as you do this, you should want to check that the collarbones are nice and wide. The shoulders are away from the ears. The back is lifted. You have even weight on the right and left side of your hips. Lift. And there's a nice sense of lightness in the body. Now bring the hands and rotate them in, but don't let the shoulders come in. So the arms rotate in. Notice I have my elbows a little bit soft right now. And then rotate them out. Rotate them in. Rotate them out. Rotate them in. Rotate them out. Keep a sense of your back being very wide and out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Then let the arms go long. So you want to feel how there's a slight stretch of the shoulders. Connect the shoulders onto your back and slightly round yourself over and stack yourself up. And round yourself over. As you round over, fill up your back body. So we're looking at the distance from the ribs to the hips, really opening up that area. And sit back up. Again, rounding. Don't let the shoulders fall. Keep them on your back so it really becomes focused into that area. rounding, and lifting, and rounding, and lifting, and rounding, and lifting, and rounding, and lifting. From here, the hands are forward. Can you lift the elbows and back? Nice lifted back. Lift the elbows and back. Lift the elbows and back. Lift the elbows and back. 2 more times like this. Lift the elbows and back. 1 more time. Lift the elbows and back. Now putting the weights down, we're turning exactly to the side. So here we are. We want this nice lift of the back and a lift through the crown of the head. Let me take this off so I can better demonstrate. So nice length through, here we go, the whole spine. So we're looking to get at this nice flat area with the broad shoulders, and from here pull the ribs backwards so this low back is nice and lifted. Notice that the shoulders are right over the hips still. So from that position, lift back up. Curl and back up. And so can you do this curling without the rib cage happening? So it's that low back and up. And low back and up. And low back and up. From here, curve into this position and float one knee up. Bring it down. Float the other knee up and down. Float the first knee up and down. Float and down. Float and down. Float and down. And then again come up. So when we're lifting, now the back muscles and the front muscles are really active. Float back again and notice there's more connection here. Now, this is going to be a little bit more tricky. Can you get, I'm not sure if I can do this, both knees up? I can't actually get them both up without going back. So see what you can do and down. There we go, just a little bit and down. Lift the legs and down. Watch that you don't fall back. Lift the legs. It's only my heels coming off. My toes are still on the floor, but you really want this pull into this area happening. And down. One more time like this. Lift and down. Now, find the lift. Move the hands back. So improvise on whatever structure you have to get a little bit more openness in your back. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it in this chair. So here we go again. One knee, and 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 one knee. Now, both knees. So what you're attempting to see is if you can get the whole front trunk to fire. Both knees. Both knees. Both knees. Both knees. And both knees. Very, very good. Last one, we're basically emulating the Wunda chair as we do this work. Your hands are in a dancing Cossack position. One leg. One leg. One leg, one leg, one leg, one leg, one leg, and one leg. Now here we go. Both legs, both legs, both legs, both legs. So we're really attempting to get that whole transverse abdominis to fire very strongly. Both legs and both legs. And relax down. Come up to a standing position. And from here, you can move your chair to the side. And from a standing position, let me get my camera. We will do the equivalent of wall. So we're going to start. You want your feet, let's take them hip width apart, parallel. Now, when you're in this position, bend your knees a bit. I'll get my camera down so you can see what I'm talking about. So a lot of us have a propensity to have a lot of collapse in our feet. So when you bend your knees, I want you to lift all 5 toes up and get that outer part of the foot grounded and check your own knees. Women tend to have an X shape, so we want these knees pressing outward. And can you feel something connecting with the glutes and the buttocks? Put the toes down and slowly lengthen the legs, but don't jam them straight. Think of lifting everything up and lengthening the muscles in there instead of like just making them tight. So here we are, we're in a nice lifted position, and start to feel the pelvis down, and then right here, hips and ribs, lengthen them upwards. Separate them apart. Get as much traction as you can up and start rounding down. We're going to roll to the floor to begin the first articulation. So as you bend, lift your back ribs. Pull the stomach in and up and roll a little bit further. Lift again. Roll a little further. Lift again. Roll a little further. Lift again. Roll a little further. Lift. And then keep rolling to the floor. You probably will be getting a nice stretch in your low back if you're doing this the right way. Roll as far as you can towards the floor, and then start again. You want to pull the stomach in and start feeling the pelvis rotating on the sockets. Rolling and opening up your back, and then stacking everything back up on top of itself. We'll do that again, but now connect right in here so the arms are connected into the back, and we start again. You round forward, but keep that connection of the arms in the back. Don't let the shoulders drop forward. Lift the waist. Roll a little bit more. Lift the waist. Whoops. Roll a little bit more. So keep rolling down. Lift the waist. Roll a little bit more. Keep the arms engaged onto the back. Much harder to do. See if you can feel the arm connection into the back so you're not letting them go. They're held by that mid ribs towards the low ribs. You want that whole connection in there. You're basically connecting everything into your lats. So that's what's holding the whole arm extension position. Rolling up, rolling up, rolling up. Standing up straight. One more time, big lift, and rolling down. Keeping the belly lifting, keeping the arms gliding down your back, lengthening down, reaching towards the floor, and then rolling up again. Keeping the belly pulled in, articulating the spine, and then coming up to an upright position. Now we'll hold on with our little hand weights. So here we are, we're going to start again. Feet are hip width apart. Bend the knees a little bit. Lift all 5 toes. Press into the outer foot. And then slowly let the toes drop down and lengthen the body up. So like a string is lifting you up. And the stomach, the front is lifting up, so that whole low back area is very long. Check to see that the shoulders are on the side of the body and drop down. We'll do the same movement. Bring the arms up, take them down. Bring the arms up, take them down. As you're doing this sideways, feel the connection into your back ribs. So the arms actually start in those low back ribs. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. One more time like this. Lift and down. Now we'll roll to the floor without losing that arm connection. So arms are connected right here. This is the area you want to feel the connection of the arm. So as you bend forward, can you find that place where that area is connected up? So there's a certain amount of force down. Then as you go forward, lift the belly. Keep opening up that low back as you roll down towards the floor. Roll yourselves back up, keeping that connection of the arms into the back. Stacking yourself up. And again, dropping down, keeping that connection. Making sure everything is feeling like it's working as a unit. Back up. And one more time, rounding, lifting the waist, elongating the spine. Every time you're trying to find a slightly longer spine. And rolling back up again. From here, you want your feet very slightly turned out. So we will take maybe one fist between your toes and see if you can find this position. So check that you're not rolling, but your arches are lifting. So we start to get this wrapping happening here in the hips. As you bend your knees, you want this awareness that the toes are spreading and the weight is into the outer foot. So we're going to bend a little bit. And then straighten up, keeping that wrap. Bend a little bit. The whole leg muscular structure is pressing out and your weight is even on the toes. And again, bending, rotating the thighs out and up. Again, rotating and up, rotating and up, and rotating and up. I'm going to turn sideways because from now we're going to do a few more in this position as best you can. You want this sense, not so much as going down as much as going up. Do you see there's a difference? The body is lifting out of the hips, which creates a length, versus a jamming downward. So get the stomach pulling up, the shoulders are on the side, and again, bending, lifting the waist, coming up, bending, lifting the waist, coming up, bending, lifting the waist, and up. See if you can start to get a sense of what the pelvis and leg position is, and how there's a wrapping around of the muscles around the joints. Bend and lift. Two more times like this. Bend and lengthen. One more time. Bend and lengthen. Very good. Let's come down to the floor now. So you can put your weights down and lying on your back. You want your legs at about a 45-degree angle. Let's from here bring the toes and the feet together and take a moment. You're just lying naturally. Push with your feet and notice that you will slide up a little bit. Relax. press and relax. So you want to start to get a sense of your skin moving back and forth. When you're pushing up towards the head, the back skin is going down. Press and press. 2 more times like this, and press and press. Now, let's see if you can find the muscles in your back that do almost the same thing. You're probably not going to glide, but can you feel the back muscles gliding down? Glide the back muscles down. Glide the back muscles down. Glide the back muscles down. So if you can find those muscles. Now, glide your back muscles down and pull the inner stomach up. So you have a corset. Without anything changing, we're just going to start lifting one leg at a time. So it's almost like what was happening when you were sitting in a chair. The legs are lifting and lowering, but you want to feel that connection. And if you can you feel the connection into your belly? Then from there, can you get both legs coming up? Both legs going down. Both legs coming up. Both legs coming down. Both legs coming up. Both legs going down. Both legs coming up. Both legs coming down. Now from here, lift the arms to the ceiling, keeping that back engagement. Take the arms over your head. So they may get to the floor, they may not. Lift the arms up. Again, take them back. Feel the back connection. It may be becoming easier to feel how your back is connected to the arms, or the arms are connected to the back. And then from here, lift up to the ceiling. First to the ceiling, lift a little more to the ceiling, and then curl in. How high can you get without your low ribs lifting off the mat? Come back down. Again, lift up to the ceiling. Lift more, and then curl up as much as you can. So we're stretching. Don't do what I just did. Keep the shoulders down and back. And again, lift, and curl. And back. Now we'll add the legs to this. So lift and back. And lift and back. So we're attempting to get the trunk to be the motivator of the limbs. And lift. And back. Now let's have the legs extended long. In this position, can you again feel your back connected up? And lift again. Lift. And back. And lift. And back. And lift. And back. One more time like this. Lift. And back. Now here's a challenge. You're going to lift one leg. Lift it. Feel if it's connected to your pelvis. Lift the other leg. Lift the first leg. Lift the other leg. Can you lift both legs? Lift both legs. Lift both legs. Last one. Lift both legs. Now we're going to be doing arms and legs together. So chest and legs. And down. Chest and feet. And down. Chest and feet. Last one. Chest and feet. And down. From here, we will go into the breathing part of the 100. So have your knees bent up again. Engage your back and your stomach. We are not going to be doing the pumping part, but we're just going to do the breath part. So lift the arms up, lift your head and chest up, and take a breath in. And on the out breath, breathe out as far as you can, as long as you can. And relax. Inhale again and exhale. Really, 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 really squeeze. And relax. Inhale and exhale. And relax. We have 2 more to go. Really force the exhalation a lot. Inhale and exhale. Relax. One last time. Inhale and exhale. And relax. Very, very good. From here, extend the legs out. We're going to start the roll up. So get a sense of the length in the body. Engage your back muscles and find the stomach muscles connected up. So there's a form of a clamp happening in the body. First, lift the arms to the ceiling. Keep the arms connected to the rib cage as you stretch your arms over your head. Bring the arms back up. Lift up. And slowly peel yourself off the mat and then stretch as far forward as you can go. So have a nice stretch. Sit up nice and tall, lifting up from your hips to your shoulders, and then slowly articulate down. So here we go. You're pressing your waist into the mat. You're looking to get one bone at a time, rolling down. You're working through your spine. Extend the arms, but keep the arms connected to your back. Peel yourself off the mat. Stretch as far as you can. Sit up tall and roll back down. Looking to get every bone rolling and doing its part. And again, lifting up, rolling up, stretching long, rolling back, keeping your back, your arms on your back as you roll. And back, one last time, lifting up, rolling up. Keep the arms on the back as you stretch forward and rolling back. And reaching out. From here, we will be doing roll over with the same thing. Instead of articulating from the top, we articulate from the bottom. But before we get into that, I'd like the knees bent in tabletop. From here, see if you can get your pelvis to lift. Your pelvis to lift. See if you can connect it to the muscles that make the low spine work. Now, can you keep your shoulders broad as you do this so they don't close in? So get in touch with those muscles as much as you can, because they are the muscles you want to use for your rollover. Now extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. Get the back muscles engaged, get the front trunk muscles engaged, and see if you can make the same muscles lift you up. Float the legs towards the floor. Open the legs and roll through the spine. Get that rolling motion to massage your back. Again, lift, touch, open, and roll down, keeping your shoulders broad. Again, lift, touch, open, and roll. And together, reverse, Legs open, lift, touch, close, and roll down. And again, lift, touch, close, and roll down. Last one, lift, touch, close, and roll. And then from here, find your back muscles, find your stomach muscles, and always float the legs down without losing the trunk. So you can go all the way to the mat. Then reorganize so your shoulders are broad, your back is engaged, your stomach is supported. There's almost a contraction and a length happening at the same time. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling for single leg circles, and we'll do 5 and 5. Cross your body, circle around, stop opposite your nose. Circle 2, circle 3, circle 4, circle 5. Reverse, circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the leg down, keeping your back and stomach connected. Get a sense of clamping. Lift the other leg up. Starting again, cross your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Float the leg down, keeping your back long. Lift the arms up, and we'll do a roll up. But first your arms go back. Can you feel that connection? It's like you're squeezing the muscles and lengthening the bones at the same time. Bring your arms up, lift your chest, roll up, and bend your knees in. Now, rolling like a ball is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a nice way to really get this whole front trunk to connect. So instead of bringing the legs in close, can you lift the legs up so they're at a 90-degree angle, and have the feet push into the hands. So they're actually creating an out pressure, and the shoulders are still down. See if you can keep that to use to get the roll. So we're really working the center of the body as the fulcrum of the roll, and blocking with the legs. The legs should be constantly pushing into the hands. Press, press. So it's really a form of an isometric position. Put the legs down. Very good. For single leg stretches, we're going to do the same thing. I want you to push into your hands, find your low back, and first of all, just lower yourself to the floor so you're in this scoop position, and the legs are pulling away. Keep this leg pulling away as you extend one leg. Press so the hamstring is engaged. The hamstring is engaged, and the leg is extending away from you to get even more scoop in here. Press away. Press away. So this is, it's not so much you're closing the ribs as you're opening your back ribs. Come back. Press, so you find your scoop, extend, and press. 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 Bring your head and feet to the ground just for a minute to have a little rest, and make a few tilts with the pelvis to release the tension that you may have built up, because we want to really strengthen muscles, but we don't want to kind of lock ourselves into a pattern where we rigidify the body. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going into our straight leg stretches. So we lift the legs up. We want to curl up, and here we go again. The hamstrings are pulling away in order to open up this part of the back. Then the shoulders are on the back. So see if you can find that connection. And this is a funny one because this leg is still pulling when we extend the other leg. Extend, 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 extend. So we're making the hamstrings wake up instead of just let go. Extend, extend. Bring your legs up. Lower yourself down and have your hands behind your head for lower lift. See if you can feel your imaginary hands here pulling the legs away from you, and then you curl up. Press into those hands and the hands pull back. Press and up. Press into the hands. Press into the hands. Press and press. Bend the knees and bring the legs down. And just to, again, work your pelvis so that you're not tightening up anything in there, but you're keeping the bones still loose and mobile. And just to loosen up the hips before we go into our crisscross, open your feet hip width apart and drop both knees to one side. So this knee that's dropping in is internally rotated. And then do the same on the other side. And allow yourself to kind of extend out of the tightness that you have just been imposing on your body. And extending. And extending. And extending. And extending. And extending. Very, very good. Bring your legs up to tabletop. Bring your arms up. Curl up and push your thighs away. So the waist again is being pressed deeply in, and now just stretch to one side. Keep pulling the thighs away. Stretch to the other side. Stretch to the first side. Stretch to the other side. Stretch to the first side. Stretch to the other side. Last set. Stretch and stretch. Bend the knees in. Extend the legs out. And gradually find your back muscles, find your stomach muscles, and peel yourself up. Forward spine, stretch forward. So the legs are width of the mat. See if you can find that nice balance as though you're against the wall where you're lifting up, and now the shoulders are down your back. And the legs are a little bit wider than the mat. Lift up. Lift a little more, lift a little more, and then as you go forward, keep the shoulders on your back. So it's all a spine exercise, rolling forward, lifting yourselves back up, rolling forward, lifting yourselves back up, rolling forward, lifting yourselves back up. 2 more times. Rolling forward. Lifting yourselves back up. 1 more time like this. Rolling forward. Lifting up. Now hands on the floor, rolling forward, and just go as far forward as you can go. Now it's just a completely relaxed stretch. Let yourself lean into this position. Let the muscles feel long and loose. Let the body just find its own way. It's more like you're relaxing over in water and you're letting the tissue stretch out. Let your head dangle down. Take a breath in here. Breathing out, go a little bit deeper. Breathing in. Breathing out a little bit further. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Roll yourselves back up to an upright position and bring your feet into a V for open leg rocker. So here we go again. When you lift up, like the rolling like a ball, I want that pressure into the hamstrings and then extend the legs out. So first we're just going to practice the balancing. The legs are actually pushing away from you to get more reach through the low abdomen. Bring the leg back. Extend, so you see if you can feel the legs coming out of the pelvis. Really work into it and back. And again, extending. And back. See if you can keep the shoulders down your back. And back one more time. Opening and back. We're going to go for the rock, but you need to be at the front of your mat. I'm going to move down. Find your position and go into your V. Now, here we go. 5 times back and forth. Rolling back. Rolling up. Rolling back. Rolling up. Rolling back. Rolling up. Whoa. Rolling back. Rolling up. Last one like this. Rolling back. Rolling up. Let's have the legs together and walk down your legs. Just to anchor the position again, press your thighs into your hands and feel the connection into your body. And we will do, keeping the pelvis down, you circle around your sacrum 3 times for corkscrew. So go to the right, down, left, and up. Left, down, right, and up. Right, down, left, and up. Left, down, right, and up. Right, down, left, and up. And left, down, right, and up. Keep your stomach in as you lower the legs down. So legs float down to the floor. Lift your arms to the ceiling and roll back. From here, for saw, we're going to go a little bit more slowly today. You want your arms to the side. Again, can you feel, almost like feel your hamstrings the same way, pushing down. The arms in the back, and then as much lift as you can, and then twist. Just take a moment and twist. Twist your head, twist your trunk, twist your body. See if you can go a little bit further, and then reach 3 times. Reach, 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 and then come up and twist more. Twist more, twist more, and center. Twist 3 times, twist, twist a little more, twist a little bit more, and then reach 3 times. Reach, 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 come up and twist even further, keeping your right hip anchored, and center. Again, 3 times. Twist, twist, and twist. Reach, reach, and reach. Twist more. Get the shoulders gliding around as well. And center. Twist, twist, twist. Reach, reach, reach. Roll up and twist a little more. And center. Last set. Twist, twist, twist. reach, reach, reach. Roll up and feel if you can find more rotation in your upper back, and center, twist, 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 reach, 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 roll up and twist even further, and back in center. Shake the arms out, like my arms are feeling it, and let's roll down. Let's flip over, onto your hands and knees first of all. So before we get into the extension work, I'd like you to see if you can find the same engagement in your back muscles that we found on our back. So can you pull the shoulders? Can you feel the rib cage contracting and the stomach pulling in? And now nice length of the arms, and spread the shoulder blades, but keep them pulling down, and pull your stomach in, let the head drop. Just pause in this position and double check. The shoulders should be pulled away from the ears. The shoulder blades should feel like they're connecting into the low ribs. And your hips are pulling forward with the stomach pulling way up into the waist, into the diaphragm. See if you can increase that. Then keep the stomach supporting the spine and feel the pubic bone and sternum moving away from each other. So get as much length in that part of your body as you can and bring the chin up. And now we'll do this a little faster. Round and arch and round and arch and round and arch and round and arch. Last one, round and arch. From here, move the hands a little bit wider apart. Get the weight over the hands, and we're coming into a plank. So you have your right leg and left leg straight. Feel the support of the body and just bring yourself to the floor. In this position, before we start the swan, I'd like you to move your sternum and your pubic bone as far away from you as you can, and feel the pressure of the front of your thighs into the mat. So there's a grounding of the sacrum and the front thighs down. Then place your hands by your ears. Keep your shoulders down and lift up, feeling the stretch in your stomach. Come back down. We'll do this 5 times. So thighs press in, sacrum presses in, and then a nice long stomach. It's less important how high you lift, but that you get the length in the front body, and the feeling is that you're pulling out of your low back, not crunching into it. Lowering down 2 more times like this, lifting and down. 1 more time like this, thighs going in and coming down. From here, come up onto your elbows for single leg kicks. Now, in this position, press your thighs into the mat and feel your hip flexors opening, and you want this nice lift in the stomach. We will actually start with one leg lifting at a time straight. So take your right leg and lift it off the mat. Put it back down, and then lift your left leg. Put it back down. Lift your right leg. Put it back down. Lift your left leg. So I want you to notice which muscles are working right now. Lift, because your glutes and your hamstrings should be working. And lift and lift. Now lift your right leg and bend it in toward your buttocks. So it's just a nice work into the hamstring and the glute. Bring it in. Extend it out in the air. Put it down. Left leg lifts. Bend it in. Press it out. Bring it down. Right leg lifts. Bend it in. Press it out. Bring it down. Left leg lifts. Bend it in. Press it out. And down. Lift a little bit more just to get that nice length. And then lower down for double leg kicks. So both hands are behind your back. You want that pressure of the thighs into the mat and that grounding of the sacrum. Bend both knees. Kick, kick, and kick. Now, shoulder blades lift and slide down your back, opening the chest. Turn your head the other way. Lift, 2, 3, and open the sternum. First side, kick, 2, 3, and open the sternum. Other side, kick, 2, 3, and open. First side, kick, 2, 3, and open. Last one, kick, 2, 3, and open. Now, first of all, stretch into child's pose. So you just release your low back. If any pressure is built up, let it stretch out. And come onto your elbows. So here we are, we're on the we're going into a plank from the elbows where we really want that low back to be the support. So see if you can find your stomach, extend one leg and the other leg and just hold this position so the abdomen is what's keeping the whole low back supported. So just hold this position, hold this position. Hold this position. This usually is a lot more challenging than a regular plank because it really exposes what needs to be working. We want to really wake up those corset muscles. And then bend one knee and bend one knee and come up onto your knees for chest expansion. So from here, you want your knees hip width apart, and again this sense, can you feel that connection, the whole trunk? It's not like you've got a flat back, but you've got a corseting around the whole body that keeps it in a very strong position. From here, bring the arms up, find your own corset, bring the arms down, and then pull the shoulders back without expanding in this way. So you're really giving the chest a stretch. Now turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left, straight, release the arms, and pull, head to the left, head to the right, straight, release the arms, and pull, head to the right, head to the left, straight, release the arms. And pull, head to the left, head to the right, straight, release the arms. And toes under. Again, this nice sense of a corset for thigh stretch. Feel the inner thighs tightening and just hinge yourself backwards from the knees. So you're not letting yourself arc or change shape. We'll do that 5 times. Hinge back. There should be a nice stretch in the quads. Hinge back. One piece. And back. 2 more times. Hinge back. Last one. Hinge back. And up. Sit back into your heels. And on your back, so now we're going to do the bridges, which should have a similar feeling to what you just did. So with the knees bent, and the legs nice and bent up, from here, think of the knees going away from you, so there's a clamping in the pelvis, And you want to get to that same position, the feeling of length in the thighs, and then rolling down. This time we're going to stop just before the ribs come off the floor, so it's not going to be very far. So roll up until you know your ribs are going to come off the floor. Start lengthening your thighs away from you energetically. Don't let the ribs come off yet. See if you can pull the thighs even further away from you. Your tail will tuck even further. Now continue peeling up with the knees tractioning towards the toes without the shoulders changing shape. Rolling back down. Again, curling only to the ribs. Don't let the ribs come up yet. Can you lengthen the thighs further away from you? So you push a little bit into the toes. You really press into the legs to make them be part of this movement. Then you roll up. So possibly you can feel a lot more of your shins being activated, which is a good thing. Again, only to the ribs. Rolling up, only to the ribs. Make the shins, press into the feet to make the knees go further away from you. Then peel yourself up so the knees are dragging beyond the toes. Roll back down. And one more time, contracting. Getting those knees tractioning away from you as you roll up. And then rolling back down. Very, very good. On your side for clams. So just a little bit of the leg work. The knees are bent. Now, in this position, let's come up to here today. So right now I'm dropping in the ribs. Now I'm lifting. So see if you can find a place where there's a slight diagonal. It's like the trunk is even, and then start your clams. So it's going to have a different effect. You're really isolating this part of the hip. If you want to, you can bring this hand up here. But it's setting the legs in a very good way to expose the exact muscle group you want to kind of wake up and make sure is working. Extend the legs, keep the same position and lift and lower the leg. I'm sure the leg will be able to go quite high up. But it's a whole different dynamic when you're not here. So you're completely doing the side work. Bend, other side. So here you are, you're lifted. Nice lift of the stomach and clams. And then extend the legs. And again, lift. Very good. Come on to preparation for single leg teaser. So here we go. I want you to push your legs away and find that place where the hamstrings are pressing in and one leg is out. So the hamstring is pressing in, and if you can, you want to feel the leg extending from your pelvis. Then roll down. Keep the leg extending from the pelvis. Roll up. It's as though someone is pulling the leg out of the pelvis. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. And roll up. change sides. The leg is extending into the hand from the pelvis, so your leg is reaching away to come up, reaching away to roll down, reaching away to come up. One more time, reaching away and reaching away to come up. Very good. And seal. So your hands are inside. Lift the feet. Find that scoop. So now we're almost like pulling away with the feet to create this traction. And clap 3 times. Clap, clap, clap. We're clapping above the heads as well. And clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Can you keep the feeling of the thighs moving away from you? Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Last one. Clap, clap, clap. And clap, clap, clap. And come back up to a seated position. Well done. Nice variations today.